Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is One Skill, and in today's video you will learn how to create a watch in PowerPoint. Can you believe it? A fully functional watch in PowerPoint. Yes, it is possible, and let me show you how you can do it yourself. And before we get into the actual steps, let me thank you to all of those people who click on this button in my channel and support the free wisdom. Thank you people very much. All of your donations really help me to buy some coffee and keep my eyes open. So thank you very much. And let's get back to the tutorial. So the first step in creating a watch in PowerPoint, you have to pick a design. You have to have an image in your mind how your clock or watch will look like when you finish it. So as you can see, I have chosen Apple Watch design. And if you would like to get any inspiration how Apple watches look like, just go to apple.com and you'll find plenty of watches. And in this case, I have chosen this design with this golden case and this kind of look. I have changed the color of the band, but the marks and the arrows are pretty much look the same that I recreated in PowerPoint. So that's the first step, pick your design. And in case if you want to make, I don't know, any kind of different design, just go to Google and just Google watch, insert watch, and Google any images, and you'll find plenty of watches. Maybe you would like to create this kind of classical watch. Who knows? Do whatever you want in PowerPoint, okay? So the second step, you'll have to create some arrows. Whew. Somehow my step number 2 got lost a little bit. Okay, this way it looks much better. So step number 2, you'll have to create some arrows. So one arrow for seconds, second arrow for minutes, and third arrow for hours. After that, we will create some marks. So these blue lines and blue dots that will indicate hours and minutes. After that, we will add some animations to our arrows so that they will nicely spin around the center of the watch. Currently, you can see that these arrows are spinning like crazy, but don't worry, we will fix it. And our arrows will work normally like in a regular watch. So the arrow which shows seconds will make a full circle in 60 seconds, an arrow which shows minutes will go full circle in 60 minutes, and this arrow which shows hours will go full circle in 12 hours, like in a normal watch, okay? And what is cool about this watch is that you can use it as a timer. So in this case, I have set this arrow to make a full circle in 10 seconds. So let's just watch what happens when I click on this button. Beautiful. So as you can see, the arrow makes a full circle in 10 seconds. And this kind of timer could be really useful if you're, for example, a teacher and you just want to give some kind of assignment for your students and they have, I don't know, limited time, maybe 2 minutes or 5 minutes or I don't know, 5 seconds. So you can use this kind of timer and you can set any time that you want, that you need, okay? And step number 7 is just some final design touches. As you can see, I just inserted this Apple Watch case and added these purple bands at the top and bottom of the watch. So everything looks cool and nice, okay? Beautiful. So yeah, so let's start with the steps. So step number 1, so we have chosen our design. So for this tutorial it will be Apple Watch design. So the next and very important step is to create arrows for your watch. So your arrows can have lots of different shapes, so I just recreated the same shape that Apple has it on their watch. So let's check once again. So as you can see, they look like rounded rectangles. So the longer one, the smaller one, and this one is pretty thin. It's for the seconds. So I have recreated them here in PowerPoint. So yeah, you can use any shape that you want. But what is really important is actually to understand how these arrows work, how you should create them in PowerPoint. So let's insert a blank new slide and let's make the background black, and I will demonstrate to you how you can create some simple arrows for your watch. So let's go to Insert, choose Shapes, click on Shapes, and let's choose Oval. And let's draw a perfect oval while holding down the Shift key. Okay, and let's make it white, and let's center it to the center of your slide. If you don't have these funny looking dotted lines, they are called guides. Just go to View and click on Guides if you want them. I think they're pretty useful because it's really important for us in this tutorial to know where is the center of the slide. Okay, so now that we're finished with this circle, let's go to Insert, go to Shape and choose, for example, rounded rectangle. It really doesn't matter what kind of shape it is. And yes, let's make it white as well. Okay, so let's say that this is our minute arrow which shows minutes. So now what we do, we just drag on both of these objects and right click on them and choose Group. So now they are one object, okay? But look what happens if I would like to spin this object right away. So here is the spin handle. And if I would try to spin this object, you can see that it does not spin the way we would like it to spin. We would like it to spin around this circle, okay? But it spins somewhere around its center. So what we have to do, we have to duplicate this object. You can duplicate objects by selecting any object and hit Ctrl D, okay, just like that. Let's make it red color for now, so that we can see what we're doing. Let's go to Rotate and flip it vertically. And now what we have to do is we just have to perfectly position both of these bubbles so that they perfectly overlap each other, okay? Something like this. And now we can make this red arrow completely transparent by choosing No Fill. Now let's select the white arrow and let's hit on Group once again. Now we have this one big object, and if we would like to spin it, you can see that it spins nicely around its center, okay? Let me just quickly add some spin animation so you can see it in action. Let's make it 10 seconds. It doesn't really matter how fast it spins. And let's make it repeat till the end of slide. Okay. Let's make it faster. So now you can see that this arrow perfectly spins around the center, around this center bubble. So that's what we want to have in our watch, okay? So in the same method, you create your arrow. So let's say we did this arrow for minutes, okay? So this is arrow for minutes. So as you can see, this is as well one big object. So this is the transparent side, which helps this arrow to be, to spin around the center. So in the same fashion, you create your arrow for hours and your arrow for seconds. Okay, so that's nothing difficult. And of course, you just can choose any color that you want for your arrows. You can make it yellow or any other color that you like. Okay, so yeah, let's go to step number 3. So now we have to create some marks for our watch. So you can see we have some lines which indicate hours, and we have some dots that indicate minutes. Okay. So yeah, one of the fastest ways to create these lines, let's actually copy it, and let's go to this black slide. Let's delete this stuff. Let's paste it over here. Okay, we can increase the size of it. So one of the fastest ways to do this kind of stuff is just insert a rounded rectangle. Just make sure that it's pretty thin. Okay, something like this. We can make it even a little bit thicker. Yeah, maybe something like this. And let's just position it at the center of the slide. So now we just duplicate it. Flip it 90%. Align it to the center. So duplicate once again. Now we can click on the spin handle, hold down the Shift key, and spin this line incrementally. Let's align it to the center as well. Duplicate it. Flip it vertically, align to center, align to middle. Okay. And hold down the Shift key and flip it, I guess, a little bit more. Okay. Align it to center, align it to middle. Duplicate it once again, flip it horizontally, align to center, align to middle. Beautiful. So yeah, we can move this to the side. So now if we would like to create these lines for our hours, so the first step, what we would have to do is we have to select all of these rounded rectangles and merge and union them so they become one shape. Okay, beautiful. And now we can insert a shape which is called hollow. Yeah, let's just make sure that it's yes, it looks okay. Yeah, we can change the color maybe to some kind of blue color and make it transparent a little bit so that we can see what we're doing. And actually let's make it the same size as it was here. And with this yellow bubble we can manipulate the width. Okay, something like this. And let me just move it to the center. Okay, so now we have two objects. So these green sticks, actually they are small rounded rectangles, and we have this blue donut kind of shape. Okay, so now we select this donut kind of shape, select these green sticks, go to merge shapes, and we choose, I think, intersect. Yes, beautiful. And here you go. You have your hour marks. Now we can set back the transparency to 0, so it's not transparent at all. And this way we have created our marks for hours. Okay. And now for the minutes, There are two kind of methods you could use. Of course, you could insert just a small circle and try to, you know, eyeball it, each of them, something like this. This is one way. It's possible, but maybe it's not so much accurate. Another way that you could do is you could actually duplicate this shape that we just have created, okay? And let's insert one more of these of this donut shape. Let me just move everything to the side, so this shape and this shape. So let's put everything to the center. Let me just make it a little bit transparent, okay? And now what we will do with this donut thing, yeah, let's just center it to the center. And now let's make the width of this donut so it looks like just those bubbles. I mean, the width is of these minute bubbles, okay? And now what we do is select this donut chart and we select these hour marks, I mean minute marks. Go to merge shapes and choose intersect, okay? And now we have our minute marks, okay? Beautiful. Okay, so let's put our marks back into place. Let's actually make this guy red. Let's put it into the center. Okay. So everything looks crazy a little bit, but don't worry. So this is our shape that we created for minutes. So now it's pretty easy, just position it on the minute. Now we can just duplicate it, move it a little bit, align it to center, and now it aligned it to the second minute. Let's duplicate it once again, align it to center, align it to the next minute, okay. Now let's duplicate one more time, align it to center, and align it to those minutes that we need. Beautiful. Okay, so now the only question is, how do I get out this red? Okay, so we delete it, and now here we have created a beautiful marks for our hours and minutes. So yeah, pretty cool. And we can use these arrows, so let me just copy them, let me just group them, let's paste them over here. Oops, copy and paste. Let's just make them smaller and align them to the center. Beautiful. So we have our seconds, we have our hours, and we have our minutes, okay? Beautiful. Okay. So we have created our arrows, we have created our marks. So the next step is the actual animation. So let me show you how to animate this second arrow, which shows seconds. Let me just find my, yeah, this is the slide we're working with. Let's make it white color. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. We can actually switch off the guides for now. Do we need them currently? Okay, so select this second arrow which shows seconds, go to animation, find a spin animation, choose direction clockwise, choose full spin. Let's open up a animation pane and let's set duration to 60 seconds. As you can see, PowerPoint somehow makes it 59, not 60. If I will make it 60 once again, still makes it 59, so don't worry. You can manipulate this yellow rectangle, and you can make it precisely 1 minute. Okay, and yes, we can check out what we have. So if I click on the mouse, so the second arrow starts to spin, and it will spin for 1 minute until it makes a full spin. And now you can actually copy this animation and paste it to the other two slides. So let's copy this, so select this white arrow, hit on animation painter, and let's paste this animation to this minute arrow. So let's make it start with previous. And now we will have to make this minute arrow to make a full circle in 60 minutes. So that's pretty long time. So we can zoom out as much as possible. Okay. And as you can see, we can adjust the time, and let's try to make it 60 minutes. Well, yeah, 1 hour, okay. And let's see what happens. So as you can see, this second arrow which shows seconds is moving, and this arrow which shows minutes is slightly moving as well. Well, as it should in normal watch, okay? Cool. And now for we can select this minutes arrow, choose animation painter, and we can add this animation to this hour arrow, okay? And for this one, we will have to set it to 12 hours, okay? So, okay, so yeah, so 12 hours and 6 seconds will be okay. So everything starts, let's make it start automatically, so which means with previous. We can adjust the positioning of our arrows. So let's make it 9 o'clock, something like this. Okay, and let's see how everything works. So this seconds arrow started to move. The minutes arrow is moving slightly as well, and for the hours, it moves really slow. So it's probably hard to see, but I did some tests, and yeah, it really moves, so you can be sure of that. As you can see, this minute arrow is already going to this first minute dot, so everything is working pretty fine. Beautiful. Okie dokie, and now let's go to this timer function. So for this timer, I will not go too much into detail. I will just show you how you can. I'll put this presentation in the video description so you can download it, and I will just explain to you how you can adjust the time of your timer. So now it's set to 10 seconds. So let's say you would like to set it to, I don't know, 60 seconds. So all you have to do is you have to open up animations, open up animation pane. Yes, let me zoom in because I have zoomed out so much. Okay, so yeah, so select this this guy called seconds. So seconds mean this white arrow, and if you want this arrow to make a full circle in 60 seconds, so just set the duration to 60 seconds. Okay, and now let's select these two guys, group 102 and group 99. So these elements are basically this donut element, which just shows how much time has passed. And let's make it duration 30 seconds, and this guy as well, duration 30 seconds, and delay 30 seconds as well. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, and yeah, let's see what we have. So now if you click on this button, the whole circle should be made in 60 seconds, okay? You can pick your smartphone and check if that's correct. Yeah, looks like correct. So yeah, as I said, I'll put this in download in the video description. My tongue is twisting already. It's quite a long tutorial, so yeah, just download this template, play with it, test it out, and let me know what you think about it. And yeah, and the final touches, yeah, it's nothing too fancy, so I just downloaded this. So this is, yeah, just let me just move this guy to the side. So this is just this iPhone case, okay. Here are the bands. What is cool about these bands is that it was available in SVG format, so now I can change the color of this band. So yeah, I can create any color band that I want. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And if you're wondering how I did this transition in the beginning of the presentation, so as you can see, this whole watch is tilted to the right and it has white color on the band, and now it becomes purple. So yeah, all of it was done with the help of morph transition. So this is basically the same watch in this slide, and I just copied the watch and pasted it into this slide, and I just changed the color. So for example, I can change the color to, let's say, green color, and yeah, I can change handles. Let's change the handles as well. Let's make them green. Yeah, or yellow, something like that. We can even change the color of these marks to, I don't know, green color as well. And the morph transition will take care of all of the animation. Okay, so let's see what we have. Beautiful. So now it's like a Ninja Turtle Apple Watch, the green edition, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this lengthy video on how to create a watch in PowerPoint. I'm sure that there's a lot of details that I haven't probably covered in this tutorial, so if you would have any questions, please don't hesitate and ask in the comment section below. Meanwhile, I wish you a wonderful week ahead, a week full of wonderful presentations, of wonderful people and wonderful adventures. So thank you for watching and see you in my next video.